Record. Hi, everybody. Today, I'm sorry about my dog barking. Today, we have a gentleman whom I've not met in person, but we have spoken on the phone. Warren Acott, or was, as he'd rather be known, reached out to me after listening to the Dom Rowe podcast. All I know about Warren is that he's 66 years old, that he worked 40 years, self-employed as a truck driver, and that he's having a pretty rough time since his diagnosis with MND. And often we speak to people who are on the NDIS, who have a lot of familial support. Warren lives alone and he's 66, so therefore he's not entitled to NDIS. Warren, it's so nice to see you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you as well.
Thank you, love. Now, take us back a little bit to who Warren is.
Yeah, I born down in down in the country, and early on in my life grew up in the country. You know, we moved about a bit. By the time I was in my early teens, I'd been to about I went to about 14 schools all up, and we moved about 22 times, and ended up in Melbourne, and ended up in the transport industry, and spent most of my life there, and as a driver and owner driver, and then just worked all my life, and got to middle of last year, had a bit of bad luck with my truck and everything else, and got all that sorted out. And then I thought, beauty, here we go, get back on track. And then had a tingling up my arm when I was trying to do some fencing. And then being a bloke, I thought I better get that looked at, and eventually got around to it. And end result is MND. That was July last year. Yeah. The old mum passed away on the 8th of July. I've got a severely handicapped brother, and he was aspirating. I thought, Jesus, I might have to bury the two of them. But anyway, my brother's come good, and then my son-in-law decided to leave my daughter in that month as well. Just been on the shit highway ever since.
That is a shit highway, was, for 1 month, for all that to happen. Where do you live?
I live in Tullaine, Central Victoria.
So what's the nearest largest town?
Bendigo's the closest town, and that's where my daughter is. But she's got two little ones that she's homeschooling, and so I don't want to put too much on her.
So were you diagnosed in Bendigo?
Yeah.
And
Diagnosed in Bendigo.
And tell me how your life has been since July.
Oh, well, in July I was up on the roof of my house installing internet thing. Now I'm in respite in Acott, where the people are absolutely amazing. I've been in here a week.
Take a breath. Just breathe.
Bit like a caged animal, but
why did you send yourself there? You're okay.
Give everyone a break.
You're right, love. You're right.
Like, my ex-wife has been, she's been amazing.
Good.
She's been helping me. She's been incredible.
So you want to give her a break for a little while. So you were telling
Yeah.
me on Friday that what you're doing to survive at the moment is to sell off your assets. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm just selling off my stuff. That rips your guts out. You see all your tools and assets and everything you worked for go out. I mean, I know there's more to life than material things, but just rips your guts out, as you know. This bloody shit disease just takes your heart, your soul, your pride, every bloody thing,
It does.
as you know, as you well know.
Yeah, but you're living it at the moment.
Yeah, I've driven on some shit highways, but this is the worst one. But anyway,
No, not
we'll
but
get through
anyway.
it somehow.
It's not but anyway. Don't dismiss it because you're going through the hardest thing in the world at the moment. So don't dismiss that. You also told me that at the moment, because you're finding the system very difficult to work your way around, aren't you?
Oh, I'm out of my depth. Yeah.
So how are you out of your depth?
Oh, I'm just out of my depth. I don't know how. You just meet some amazing people, incredible people. All of me, he's got health, and everything else, and then yeah, he met an amazing. Yeah, I'm not sure he's an all. Is during the process of getting diagnosed with MND, they found out I got cancer in one of my kidneys. We've got two kidneys, haven't we?
We have two kidneys. We only need one.
Yeah, well, I got cancer in one of them. They were going to take it out in September, and but they can't do it because I've got MND. Apparently, when you go under anaesthetic, that can
Compromise your breathing.
not. Yeah, I don't know. And I met an amazing man, Todd Manning. He's a urologist or something, or he's an ologist or something. He was going to take it out. I'm not sure what it all is. I'm not very clever, but I used to be able to lift heavy things, but I can't do that anymore. But he he was going to take it out, but then they said they wouldn't. And then because of the cancer, I couldn't get on trial medication. But that amazing man wrote a letter for me, and the people down at Calvary have decided, thanks to Todd Manning, to put me on some other trial stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah, if it wasn't for him, I'm not sure if it's working, but anyway, I'm still here. So I'm on Visual and Ivexa,
Okay.
but it was because of him I got on the Kybex. So he's an incredible man. I can't thank him enough. So, and then, you go through all the system and people come at you left, right and centre, and what are you going to do? You can't. And I've gone downhill, and when they said they can't remove my liver, kidney, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Kidney. I just felt like a piece of shit. I thought, Jesus, I'm not even worth fixing.
Oh, sweetie,
And
it's not that you're not worth fixing. It's just that they would put you in more danger.
yeah, I was happy to give it a shot, but I understand where they come from, but felt like a piece of shit. And then I fell out of bed that night and hooked me chin on my side table. And anyway, that was all right. And then I sort of had my shit together until they told me that. And then I fell out of bed that night, and then the bloke was coming to look at me trailers to buy. I fell out of the truck the next day as well. So, yeah. But anyway, I sort of went downhill. And then now sort of in respite, feeling a bit like a caged animal. Because it's just a shit of a thing.
You got in touch with me the other day,
Yep.
because we were talking about what a shit a thing it is.
Yep.
And that you were also telling me that you were using your ride-on mower as a wheelchair.
Yeah, around home and that. Just got crushed rock and that, and then so I can still get around. I can still get on my mower, so I use my ride on for my wheelchair at home. Can't, yeah. And MND Victoria have since given me a wheelchair for the house, inside the house and what have you. And they've been amazing, those people. Jade from MND, she's been incredible. And yeah.
And I think Jade is now going to help you. We're going to try and get you a motorized wheelchair, and also
that's
help you. What did you say?
I said, that's amazing.
Yeah. And then help you apply for the pension or whatever that you're able to apply for.
Yeah, I haven't sort of gone down that road as yet, but I guess I'll have to. Yeah, I'll have to eventually.
So I suppose what I'm saying here is that when you're in the cities, when you are supported, when you know what's going on, it's much easier to get the help, yeah?
Yeah, like
and you're totally overwhelmed by having kidney cancer, by having motor neurone disease, by living alone. The system is complicated and confusing. You're over 65, so you can't get the NDIS. So then we have to approach the aged care, which is also complicated. And some days you just think, this is too feckin' hard.
Yeah, I'm over this shit.
And as a result, you're selling off all your assets.
Yeah, I can't use them anymore. So yeah, it's a bit hard to deal with. And yeah, it's hard to deal with. Like I say, when you see all your shit driving out the gate, everything you worked for, material things aren't everything. I know that, but yeah, it's hard when you're watching it going out the gate.
Well, it's a representation of what you've worked for your whole life, you know?
Yeah.
And being a trucker is bloody hard work.
Yeah, as a stage, yeah. So, yeah.
So tell me the other idea that you had when we were talking on Friday
Yep.
about what you'd like to do is get on that mower of yours. And where do you want to
Yeah.
go?
I want to go to Canberra
And what do you
because
want to do?
I guess, like everybody, you want to try and do something to help others. And I've sort of been watching. I'd love to meet Professor Rowe one day. But from what I can gather, and I don't understand it, it's out of my depth. But if this was a notable disease, it would make quite a difference, I believe. I don't understand how, but from what I can put together, it would make a difference.
It would make a
So,
difference if it was a notifiable disease, because it would mean that we'd be able to track who has MND,
yeah,
where they live, how old they are,
yeah,
the whole process of a notifiable disease, which also then makes everybody aware that you have it.
yeah,
And then the services would come to you too. But it's also about not just diagnosis and then the passing, but it's assisting with the care along the way as well. And that's the bit that you're really struggling with at the moment.
yeah. So what you're saying, if it wasn't notifiable disease, it would make a huge difference. And
Huge difference.
and from what I gather, Professor Rowe's been trying to do that for quite a while.
He has.
So I thought, no, it's just an idea. I just wanted to put it out there. I've started the ball rolling a little bit, but I would need a hand. I thought if I drive me mower to bloody Canberra and get on the lawns of Canberra, not as a protest, not as a demonstration, not as anything, but if I could get there, and then it would be good if we could get 800 odd people to meet me there on the day.
Mm-hmm.
And get them politicians to pull their nose out of the bloody trough that they're feeding out of with public money to come out and tell us that we're not worth helping.
Okay, so how do you think you'd like to do this?
Well, if I could get, I've been in touch with one of my old bosses years ago, Supreme Caravans, and he said I can get a van off him,
Yep.
tow that behind my ute, and get some sort of support crew, get some sort of coordination, which I'm not good at. But if I could find somebody, a bit of a support crew and maybe a carer, and we'll just launch it. I'd go up through Shepparton, go up through Griffith and Leeton and Wagga, because there's this huge cluster of MND up there,
There is.
and just make awareness, and hopefully, might be a dream, but like I said, get people to meet me there on the day, and then we'll knock on the front door of Canberra and say, right, come out and tell us we're not worth not worth saving, because this shit doesn't just affect the person who's got it.
You're good. It's okay. Just breathe, baby. You're right. You're very brave, Was. You're really brave. So while Was is just gathering
Affects the
himself,
whole family.
it does. It does. So what Was would like is some support, actually. So
Yeah.
if anyone likes this idea and thinks that there's a way that they can help him, if there are any journalists who listen, who could write some articles, you know, we need, who would really like community support. When you're at a point of life that Warren's in, you feel fairly bloody hopeless and helpless and powerless. And the man wants to do something positive. And I come across this all the time. That people who are at this point of life would like to give back, and it's absolutely extraordinary.
It's not extraordinary. It's just that you get sick of getting shit on by politicians and everybody else. And it just bloody, a perfect example is Barnaby Joyce the other day laying in the gutter. And they come up with that bullshit, he's on medication. You shouldn't drink alcohol with medication.
Well,
I think we were all born yesterday. He'd been out on his parliamentary privileges or whatever they call it and just had too much to eat and went ass up.
Okay, so it's the waste of money that you're angry with too, and I'm fairly
it's just
angry
they
with
think
that.
we're idiots. And then, like, Little Proud says, I've only seen parts of it and I may have the whole story wrong, but Little Proud said, oh, we'll give him the support, whatever he needs. Jesus Christ, people at MND been calling out support for years and they don't do anything. If you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're trying to say. I'm just letting you say
And
it.
then, like, Albanese, when he was getting elected, he's telling everybody that he grew up in housing commission and everything else. Well, I'm a bloody house owner myself, and I'm proud to admit it. But I haven't forgotten where I come from. And I can go back to where I come from. I can go back to being a house owner. It's when you see them, and then just to, I know that it's a hard job what they're doing and everything else, but you just feel abandoned when you hear things like, 80 people a year. And I got it from your show the other day with Dom or Mr. Rowe. 80 people a year get monkeypox, and yet that's a notifiable disease, which I understand because it's contagious and everything else, and you wouldn't wish anybody to get it. I tell you what, I'd rather have monkeypox than this shit.
Yeah, amen, brother.
So, why, we lose, MMD lose 800 plus people a year to MMD, and 800 plus people a year get it. So the government must look at the number and say, oh, well, the number's not changing. Don't worry about it. So
Well,
I'd like to get up there with 800 people and say, right, come out here and tell them they're not worth it.
Okay.
Look at the real people. Look at the human side of it. Look at, we might be busted asses, but we're still people. Come out and tell us we're not worth making it a notable disease.
Okay. Well, we've got a project to work on, Was.
Yeah. I got in touch with Big Rigs magazine this morning.
Oh, what did they say?
The girl Danielle, I was talking to her just before started talking to you. She's going to look into it and see what she can do. Stuff.
Okay, good.
And like I said, our mate Frank from Supreme Caravans, he's going to give us a van, which will, with a toilet and that in it, and I'll try and get hold of Sal Petrocino. He's the head of NHVR, and see where I sit legally with the mower. And I don't want to do anything illegal. And I want to try and do it right and see if we can get some sort of result anyway.
Okay.
If you know what I'm saying.
I do. The 800 people don't have to have MND. Which you just need a representation of 800 people. Because a lot of people can't get there. But I think you do what you're doing. We're putting the call out to a couple of thousand people here to see how they can help you. And everybody can come through me in the first instance. And we'll see if you can shake it up a little bit, Was.
Yeah, it'd be good if we could, like, I think Mr. O knows Ray Hadley. He's a good man.
Yep.
He loves shaking trees.
He does love shaking trees.
And see the politicians fall out. But yeah, I don't know. I just need a hand, and it'd be good if we could achieve something.
Okay.
And I know everybody wants to help when they get this. And like, you know, I'm not a nobody, but
You're not a nobody, and don't say that to me again, because you're not
you
a
know what?
nobody.
But there's a lot of people like myself.
There are.
If we band together, we can give them a kick in the guts.
Okay.
Because we certainly cop one.
Yep.
And I just
Okay.
thought there may be a lot of people out there that might feel the same as me and might want to do that. You know, it's not a protest, not a strike, not a demand or anything like that. We just go here. Here we are, have a look, see what happens.
All right.
We got nothing to lose.
No, and that's the thing. There is nothing to lose and no time to waste.
Yeah.
Okay, Was. Thank you.
No, thank you.
You've been so honest and so raw. And I'm really sorry that you're going through the double shit show of cancer and MND.
Yep.
But you have a goal, and we're going to try and help you with this, okay?
You're amazing.
No, you're amazing.
We'll give it a shot anyway.
We'll give it a shot, babe.
Can only shoot myself in the foot. I've done that before.
That should be a story for another day, I think. Okay.
Probably a few of them, but anyway.
All right.
Thank you so much, and keep me fingers crossed, and
I'm going to
last
put this.
trip to Canberra.
I'm going to put this out next week, so that's Monday.
Yep.
So hopefully we start hearing things from then, and then you and I'll both just start talking about it as well.
Awesome.
And I think that you should get in touch with your trucker contingency.
Yeah, I'm stirring them up.
Yeah, get them stirred up.
Oh, see if I get a few of my old mates on board.
Yeah. All right, you do that. I give you a purpose, and we all need a purpose.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, mate, go and have some lunch, please.
Yeah.
You've had a big day already.
Oh, yep. Thank you so much for your time.
It's my absolute pleasure, Was. If you need anything, you just get in touch with me. Okay.
Will do.
All right.
Will do.
All right, Dom.
We'll get me shit together and I will do.
You don't have to get your shit together, mate. You can do whatever you want.
No worries.
Okay. I'll be in touch soon.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Warren.
Thank you. What do I do? I hang up, do I?
I'll do it, mate.
Bloody computers, I've got no idea.
It's all right. I'm doing it, babe. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so